So let me ask you. So I got this jersey here. 21. What do we do with this, man? What do we do? We
one away for
we thrash on Alabama. No good no more. We're Georgia Bulldog right here.
Put it in the drawer.
Georgia Bulldog right here.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. Right there.
I'll get you a Georgia jersey.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yo, it's your boy. It's Phil Wham Bam Benamino. It's another Wham Bam Wednesday. Season 2, baby. I told you it was going to be hot, and it has started hot on fire. Today's guest, the show about ordinary people who do extraordinary things. This kid has went to one of the best high schools that you could possibly think of and play football. 3-time state champion from high school. Went on, had multiple offers, could have played almost anywhere in the United States with football, college football, Division I. He chose Alabama. He goes to Alabama, plays for Nick Saban, turns around, gets a chance to jump into the portal, and he's here now playing with Kirby Smart, Georgia Bulldog. We have in the house today, Jake, the Playmaker Pope, is here. What's up, Jake?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks so much for being here. I know you're a busy boy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Always. 24/7.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's just jump right into it, man. Let's start real quick. Being at Buford, being a Forsyth County kid, going over to Buford High School to play ball and stuff. What was that like, making the transformation from coming over here in Forsyth County where you had friends playing over at West and you going over to Buford so that you can actually get around a football team that that could help you elevate your game?
I definitely got a lot of crap for it, and I even had parents, questioning my parents, why would you bring your kid, over there and leave all of his friends? It was tough at first, but at the end of the day, I knew it was better ball over there, and my hopes and dreams were playing college, so I just thought that would align more with Buford, with their tradition. So.
I got to be honest with you, my hat's off to you, and I'm glad that we're talking about this first because what you said is so true. So many parents, think, oh, why are they pulling this kid and bringing him away from his friends? At the end of the day, you make new friends every single day, and the reality is you had a dream. Your dream is, hey, I want to play college football, and I'm guessing you want to go on to play even more. Knowing that your dad played, obviously, Clemson, guy, he played real high level. I know it was unfortunate he got hurt before he had the ability to go pro. But, it's important that you understand what you have to do to get where you want to go. And you made the sacrifice.
Yep.
So, looking back at that, do you have any regrets?
No, none at all, because a lot of my best friends to this day are more from Buford rather than here. I maybe have one or two. I can count on one fist from Forsyth, but I have a good 5 or 6 guys, whether it's from the football team or Buford High School, that I still hang out with to this day. So
that's great. Well, football's obviously you get a you get a team. You got that crew that I call it a huddle, and your huddle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you move on with different things. But let's talk real quick about Buford. What was it like being coached over there? 3-year state champion. Not too many kids can say that, but you can.
Oh yeah, no, it was insane. My class honestly was not just tight on the field; we were tight off the field, and I think that's what really made us work so well together. And we brought three state championships back, and the city was happy. We would come back to the stadium and ring the bell afterwards, and some of my best memories are definitely from there. So
well, that school has grown quite a bit. I mean, now the whole road is just Buford High School. They're
building a new stadium right across from the I don't know if you've seen it, but right across from the high school too.
Yeah, I did notice that. I did notice. It's crazy. I think it was the third national or the state championship that you won. I think you had a very important play in that state championship game. You want to tell the viewers a little bit about it, because I remember it specifically.
Are you talking about the Lee County one?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so that was my junior year.
Created the fumble. It was your junior year. Okay,
crazy. I actually just got done talking about that at the high school with the little documentary thing. But last play of the game, overtime, and my best friend literally takes on the lineman in the hole, and then their running back, who is the best player I've ever played against in high school, just shows up in the hole. And then when I hit him, I didn't even realize I caused the fumble, but when I looked up, the whole field was getting rushed. So I was like, dang, we won.
That was it right
So I
there.
threw my helmet and started rushing the field with everybody.
That was a huge moment, man. I know
yeah.
your family was super proud, super excited. I got to hang with them at the time, and what a great moment. What a great moment.
Amazing.
But you got a lot of great moments, man. I mean, let's talk about the transition. Being that you're a 4-star athlete when you're at Buford, and obviously a lot of people, a lot of recruiting people are going there, coaches, different colleges.
Right.
You got multiple offers from many different colleges. Talk about what went into your decision when you actually chose Alabama.
Right. I think Coach Saban was a huge decision for me. He was coaching the DBs as well as the head coach, so I thought getting that personal coaching from the best coach ever would have been really cool to be a part of. It was really hard to turn down. And I learned probably the most I've ever learned in football from that school, and I'll forever carry that with me. So there's a lot of learning moments, but a lot of great things to take with me. So
what were some of the things right away that you noticed that were different that help you develop to say, okay, this guy here really knows the game? I mean, obviously, his record speaks for itself, right? What he's done, but what was it like being actually on the team and saying how he ran his practice and stuff? What was that like?
It's definitely a lot harder than high school, and I didn't really take that into account at the time, and I figured that out very quickly. But I mean, just the way you go about your day, you got to be a pro, because when you're at a school like Alabama, it's basically all pros out there on the field. It's the best of the best. You got to do your thing on and off the field, and if you slack, you're going to get passed by. They're recruiting the best people every year. So you got to go about your business a lot different than high school.
Mm-hmm. Did that ever play in your mind? I mean, because again, I'm just my hat's off to you because you did it when you were in high school. You went to Buford because you're like, hey, these are the best coaches. This is the best organization for me that I can go ahead and learn the most. Now, football wise, it's like, hey, everybody, like you said, is a professional over there, and you going in as a freshman, you're probably not going to play much, but you did. You played. You even got a Sugar Bowl, right? You won your Sugar Bowl the first time. But you got a lot of experience. But you dove in and saying, hey, I want to learn from the best and be part of that type of program. Do you feel like that benefited you, or do you feel like if you could go back and start over? Because a lot of kids are like, man, I should have went here because I would have played.
Right.
Did you ever have that feeling like, hey, because you want to be on the field?
I did. It's hard to say, looking back at it. But I think when you're around talent that's, sometimes better than you, you rise to the occasion, and you carry that on with you. Like I said, all the things I learned from there are definitely going to benefit me in my journey. Maybe even more so than the league. I heard you learn more in college than you do in the league. Mm-hmm. And being at a school like Alabama, it was a great learning moment. Learned a lot. So
no, I think it's huge. And I tell people this all the time. You surround yourself with success. If you got 3 successful people in the room and you're the 4th one, eventually you're going to be the 4th successful story to be told. But, a lot of kids don't do that. So, to take that role and say, hey, I want to learn from the best. I want to be with the best. And if I'm not the best on the team at that point in time, I'm going to get better and I'm going to eventually get to that.
Exactly.
And, knowing that and knowing where you are today, taking advantage of a portal that came out to make a move. Obviously, Coach Saban no longer with Alabama. Right. Did that have something to do with your move here? Now you're a big Georgia Bulldog. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I mean, you are a hometown hero now.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm back home. What I gotta say about that is I was actually one of 2 guys to leave before we knew he was retiring. So like when he retired, that's when like the remaining 15, 20 guys left, and it was really just the simple fact that his plan for me didn't really align with my hopes and dreams. So, I had to move on. I gave it 2 years and competed at my best, and worked really hard. But had to start a new chapter, start fresh.
Right. So, enter the portal. What is that like? You wait for coaches to call you? Or are you reaching out? And so tell us about when Georgia reached out to you, what that was like. Was that the first one that reached out, or were there other ones prior?
So it's kind of crazy. You hit the portal, and it's like a really sped up version of high school recruiting. So I had hit the portal on the last day of the deadline, and so I even had to go faster. But yeah, so when I hit it, the coaches will just call you, and you talk with them. And I had about 6 or 7 schools call that I was really interested in, and Georgia was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
A lot of those coaches I had recruit me out of high school, and they're still there. So that helped a lot. And, once Georgia called, I was like, dang, this is definitely huge. So I'm going to look into it.
Well, Kirby Smart being there too, obviously done some tremendous things since he's been there.
Right.
But another program where you can learn and elevate and help grow. Now you have three solid years to play there.
Right.
So I mean, and think about this as well. They're pretty. They have a lot of furniture and their hardware and stuff in their trophy cases.
No doubt.
Yeah. What's that like being over there? Did you see a difference in how practices are ran and what you have to adapt to?
I think it's very similar in terms of Alabama and Georgia. I think Kirby got a lot of his ideas and how he does things from Saban. It's obviously working, as we can tell. But, yeah, the workouts, very similar. The running, we do sometimes the exact same things I did at Bama.
Okay, so that's helped you.
Yes, 100%. But I do think practice is more intense at Georgia, the way Kirby runs it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty tough.
Why is it? Why is that?
I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. I remember the first practice I ever did. After the offense, throws the ball, hands it off, the linemen run all the way down the field to the ball, and they're like trampling you. When we're on defense, we got to run with them. So it's just crazy. You don't really have much of a rest. There's no water, anything like that. You're bouncing around.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What talk a little bit about your body and how you have to take care of it. Do they have the facilities and stuff? Like, what do you do for your body after practice as far as healing?
Yeah, if you don't do recovery, I mean, you're gonna be screwed the next day. Yeah. But we have the cold tubs, hot tubs, the sauna. I usually do the sauna and then the cold tub and hot tub. And then you can walk upstairs and basically get anything you need. I mean, they have everything.
That's great.
Trainers can do anything, the scraping, ultrasound, anything. So,
right.
Yeah.
So they're basically taking care of it.
Oh, yeah.
They got doctors that are 24/7 for you. We're talking about football so much, but I'm telling the viewers as well. We're talking to a straight A student over here, right here. I mean, you got one heck of a background as far as being a smart kid too, not just an athlete,
right.
but you're a student athlete. How do you balance the both, man? I mean, how do you keep your grades up so high and so good, knowing that you got football and you got so much time that you're putting into that?
You don't really have a choice. The coaches depend on you to take care of your business off the field, and if you do that, that shows them they can depend on you on the field. You can't be a guy who's failing classes. They'll get on you for that. But yeah, just balancing it. You gotta go to class. You can't skip on class. A lot of guys, do. And just get your work done. It's hard. I mean, you're gonna have a full day each day of the week, but that's why you're doing it. So,
what are you studying there?
I'm doing sports management now. I was business at Alabama, and then I switched to sports management.
Sports management. Well, what made you get into that?
Honestly, I didn't want to go through the Terry College of Business. It was a little bit tougher to get through, and I wanted a little bit lighter load when I got to Georgia, just so I get my feet wet in the football and all that. But I love sports management too.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, you got NIL money now coming and stuff. So has that taken effect with you? Obviously, you made a few deals, I know. Tell us a little bit about that and how that's affected. And with a sports management background, I hope you negotiate a really good deal.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have agents to help us negotiate. I currently don't have one. My dad's kind of my agent right now, honestly. But as far as me, I've been working out some deals with more product wise instead of actual compensation. But it's great. I'm glad.
Tell a little bit about that. Like, what kind of products?
Cars, clothing brands.
So when you say car, I mean, I saw you pull in this beautiful vehicle. Yeah. So that's they sponsor you that. So you earned a vehicle. So now you don't have to worry about Tell a little bit how that works.
So I'll market for them a little bit, go take some pictures, show up at events, sign autographs. I think my dad even talked about they might try and do a billboard somewhere, which would be really cool. Nice. But they're great people over there and helped me out. And I love the car. Yeah. I think you have it for about 4 years, and then you can either give it back or pay the rest of it off once the agreement's over.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, how long does that last? Do they give that to you for a certain amount? Is it a year? Is it short-term types of thing?
About 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
And then you can negotiate more if you have to.
Gotcha. Now, you're free to go out and make as many deals as you can, or that you want? So there's
100%.
There's no restrictions or anything on that.
Nope. Not right now. I feel like maybe in the future, they might do that with college football, just because kids are getting a lot of money nowadays.
Yeah.
Like
What is that? So let's talk about it. What is that like, man? You got a teammate there. Let's talk about it. What's the most of somebody that they've gotten?
I mean, I'm seeing, close to $1 million.
Millions?
Yeah, like 600,000, 700,000. just for leaving and going to another school, which is great. I mean, I'm not knocking it down at all.
Right.
I think people sometimes make it all about the money, and that's not the case. I focus on ball first, and that'll come with it. If you start doing well and make a name for yourself.
Right. It's unfortunate because I think the money takes away the game, and
Right.
that's why I used to always enjoy college ball so much more than pro, because professional's a job. It's
Yep.
what they're doing. It's not that it's not good football. It's great football, obviously, but at the end of the day, they're still trying to stay healthy because it's their job,
Right.
it's their career.
Yep.
Whereas college, you're fighting for that,
Yep.
right? And you have to make a name for yourself so that
Exactly.
you have an opportunity to do that. But now, where they're throwing so much money now at the college kids, as you say, they're getting a little bit greedy and they're getting used to it and they're taking it. What is it like? Do you see people changing their personalities? Have you seen some of your teammates maybe not be as reputable as they would have been if they didn't get some money?
Yeah.
Do they throw it around?
I think people just make decisions nowadays, like I said, just based on the money. They're not thinking about the coaches, the culture at the program they're going to. And I just think those things come first. If you make a name for yourself, like I said, the money's going to come. And but yeah, it's definitely going to affect the game a little bit for sure.
Now, you're one of the starting DBs. I didn't really tell the viewers that, so that no, because you're so pretty, they'll probably think you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
No
lie, you're not lying. Exactly.
No, but,
I've gotten that a couple times.
You
Are
got
you QB?
You're the QB1, baby, right?
No, DB.
So, what's this year looking like for you? I know you just started, preseason. What is the schedule like? Walk us through that with Georgia.
So definitely a tough schedule. Obviously our training is all day, especially once we hit camp. It's 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. And then our game schedule this year is also going to be pretty tough. I know they extended the playoffs instead of 4 teams, it's 12 now.
Yeah, that's great.
So it'll be a little bit longer. Yeah, it'll be cool. Wear and tear on the body is going to be tough, but hopefully we'll get an extra break or something. Who knows? But tough schedule. I think we play Alabama at Bama and Texas.
What's that gonna
at
be like
Texas.
going back there where you started?
I'm excited for that one. For
Yeah.
sure. I'm excited. A lot of my buddies will be in the stands, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We just need to take care of business, and then we play Texas at Texas, which is really tough to play in. I played there my freshman year when I was at Bama. In that
You guys took a
stadium.
loss there, right?
We won at
won
their
the
place,
freshman year, but
and then they came to our place my sophomore year and beat us.
right.
But yeah, that stadium's huge. I mean, it's rocking.
Texas is a state football, man. They don't mess around.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though. A lot of great games this year. I know we have Ole Miss, Auburn at our place, so it'll be fun.
Who's
It'll
the
be tough.
easiest one on the schedule? If you had to choose one.
Probably Tennessee Tech, our second game.
Yeah.
That'll be a good little warm up. Well, we have Clemson first, so that'll be a tough.
So let's
tough
talk about
one.
Clemson, man. So was that a college that you wanted to go to? I mean, your dad went there, alumni. Was that something? I mean, you went to camp there for years, didn't you?
Yep. My dream school. I mean, I was dying.
Was it really?
I mean, I thought for sure I was going there, and the second they offered, I was definitely going to commit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
And they didn't offer you. They're the one school that didn't offer.
One school.
You
It was
guys messed up, Clemson. You messed up.
Heartbreaking, but I think it's all for the better. You move on, and I wouldn't be here, if I was there. So I'm really glad I did what I did. But yeah, I went to the camps all those years and had a good relationship with those coaches, but just didn't reach out.
So let me ask you this. If they reached out to you now and they offered you a bag of cash, what would you do?
Too late.
Too late?
It's too late.
You're a Bulldog now
Oh, yeah.
forever?
Yep.
That's it.
100%.
All right.
100%.
All right. Well, I wanted to make
100%.
sure on that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to make sure on that.
Can't go back now. I don't even think my dad wanted me to go back, and he played there.
Yeah.
So he talks crap about him sometimes too.
I
So
bet he's not happy at all.
It's definitely personal.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. So, what are you most excited about this year? Obviously playing, you got a great team. You got offense, you got defense. Do you guys interlock a lot? Do you spend a lot of time with the guys that are on the offensive side, or do you not?
Oh, yeah. A lot of my good friends on the team are on the offensive side. Carson's one of my good buddies. He's our quarterback. And we do a lot of team bonding events and stuff like that, paintball and bowling, stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun,
You say paintball and bowling. Those are the two things that you can't really get hurt at.
Right.
Because you got protection gear on.
Exactly. They're not going to take us anywhere we're going to get hurt.
I know. I was thinking about that.
No shot. But
Is there any rules? Is there any rules like that? Coaches make you sign anything anywhere, like what you can and can't do when you're in season?
Pretty free.
Okay.
With what we can do. Obviously, if we're not smart, it's on us.
Right.
If we do anything stupid, it's our fault. We'll get punished for it.
Sure.
They just let us do our thing.
Gotcha. Part of growing up, man.
Exactly. Grown men.
How do you like your chances this year? Do you think you guys get a national championship?
I think it'd be a fluke if we didn't.
Yeah.
Just the way our offense is too, and our defense is really stout. I don't see why we wouldn't put 30 points up on every team. And I go against it every day, so I'll tell you, it's
got to
tough.
make you better. It's
Oh,
gotta make you
100%.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's tough. Yeah, we should win it. Hope we do.
Yeah, I got it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stick my head out there and say that Georgia's gonna repeat. I think you guys do it this year.
100%.
So, but there's
I
going to be
agree.
a couple close ones.
100%.
There's
The
definitely
longer
gonna be a couple
season
close
too,
ones.
with longevity and injuries. Hope that doesn't come into play.
Yeah.
With the extra games, but if we can just stay healthy, we'll be fine.
Yeah. So, how do you get yourself out of football mode? Like, how do you relax? How do you time away? How do you unwind?
Well, I'm only an hour away from my family and my house, so usually on the weekends, especially in the summer, I'll come home and just take it easy, maybe go on the boat and lay low.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 days a week, sometimes 6. If I'm doing extra training, just total wear and tear. So try to get away from it a little bit on the weekends.
What's it like for tickets, man? I know you got a big family. I know they support you. They go everywhere you go. Like they travel in groups. Like you got a little village out there, right?
Oh yeah.
So what's
Big
it like
group.
with tickets, man? Trying to get tickets and stuff.
Stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
Do they
'cause I
give you so many of them? I mean, how does that work?
You only get about 4 per player. There's not really any exceptions.
Okay.
And other than that, if you don't get them transferred to you by your teammates, then you're really screwed. Because everything's sold out, especially the good games, Texas, Bama. I think those are already sold out. But it's tough. I get all my family members asking me. I'm like, I'll see what I can do. I can ask, but I don't know.
Right.
It was tough last year too. I mean, it's always stressful trying to get tickets.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you can just turn on the TV though, and there you are.
Exactly. That's
You
what I
can
tell them. I'm like, you got the AC.
Yeah.
You can watch it on the TV.
Exactly.
It's perfectly fine.
That's nice.
Exactly.
So what is your goals now? What is your goal afterwards? After Georgia's over, football's over, do you want to go on to the next level? Do you want to play it pro or what?
100%.
Yeah.
I almost don't even want to give myself a choice not to. I got to. And I think if I have, a good season or two here, I'll have a great chance.
I mean, when you have a good season.
All I need is an opportunity. That's
Yeah.
it. So once I get that, I'll be able to show everyone what I can do. So
Yeah. What is your strongest part of your game?
my physicality probably.
Yeah.
100%.
I know
don't
you're a
mind.
physical guy.
Yeah, I just
You
don't
like to rip
mind.
the head off. You like to come up and make the hit.
Exactly. That's really like a mindset thing. You can be 185 and still kill people. Mm-hmm. You just got to have that in you, and I think I definitely have that in me.
Do coaches get mad though sometimes now with the games change? They don't want you to take so many hits and
in practice?
in practice,
you
yeah.
cannot. If it's a thud period and you throw someone in the ground, you're gonna get ripped.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Try to keep people healthy this year and every year, really, especially with the money coming into play. Mm-hmm. People can't be getting hurt like that. It's almost like the pros, like you were saying.
Right.
But yeah, in the games too. I mean, you can't even hit anyone anymore.
I know.
So
They're throwing flags
you're
left and
super
right,
careful
throw
about
you
it.
out of the game.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
huge.
Huge.
It's one thing to get a penalty, it's another thing to get tossed out of the game.
Yeah.
Which can make a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah. But I know the guy coming across the middle, you're still going to lay him out, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're still going to duck him.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they throw me out, they throw me out. I'm not going to shy away from it. So.
There you go. What's your weakest part? What do you feel like you gotta, grow the most at?
I'm pretty balanced everywhere. I think what I've been working on the weekends is a lot of slot coverage and man coverage, because guys are only getting faster nowadays, and I found myself having a little bit of trouble covering those little fast guys. So
Yeah.
trying to tweak up a little bit on that.
Gotcha. Talking about, because of the money, because of NIL, because of competition, social media is obviously a big big piece of that. Is that how important is that to you? I know you were big into social media in school. In fact, you had a couple videos went viral and you did a few things. What is it like now for you?
I think it's pretty important. The more following and engagement you have, the more likely you are to get brand deals and stuff like that. I kind of laid off the TikTok a little bit recently just because I'm focusing on ball right now, and I'll resume that later.
Any videos, any music videos, any more dances and
I
that stuff?
I haven't done anything recently, but a lot of my teamteammates have been telling me to go back on it.
You need to do it, man. You need to do it. Get a couple of your boys, man, and do a couple
in the jersey
with
or something.
the uniforms on,
Yeah.
That's all right,
I got to. I'm going to start back soon because I still have my following on there.
Yeah.
I think like 150,000. So,
nice.
Yeah, if I can start that back up, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you should definitely do. What about these guys now, like these, sketch and stuff? What do you think somebody like that?
Sketch and all them. I think it's cool. I watch their stuff sometimes,
Yeah.
and they're pretty into the NCAA right now too, which is cool. I think what's his name? Who's the short guy? Kai Cenat?
Yeah, Kai. Yeah.
Yeah, was playing with Georgia and playing with some of my teammates the other day. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
You see more and more of that now. Even is it Kyle from the Nelk? But used to be with the Nelk brother boys. We went solo now on his own thing, but he's going to these Georgia fraternity parties.
Yeah.
Or I should say Georgia. He wants to do a Georgia fraternity party,
Right.
but he's he goes to different colleges doing fraternity parties and gigs that way. And he's just having fun, having a good time.
Yeah, that's they can do that. I know Kai came to Alabama last year.
Oh yeah.
And all my teammates had pictures with him, and he went to a little frat party and stuff like that. I don't think they get to experience that too often because I don't think they went to college. I think they just started streaming,
right?
Made a bunch of money, and now they're trying to come back and have fun, which is cool. So
right.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's something that it is important, especially like you said. But I love hearing why you think it's important because a lot of kids they just think, oh, I just want to be able to be that one guy that's making all this money because he's making a ton of money. But you don't really know that. But you're sitting there saying, hey, no, I want to set myself up, help me in marketing, help me get some more sponsorships.
Yep.
And obviously you're going to grow, continue to grow as well as you get older.
Yep.
I mean, just going to continue to go.
Yep.
So NFL, what team you want to play for?
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
100%.
And
100%. Not just for the place. I like their coach too.
Yeah.
McDaniels. He's a cool guy.
So what you're telling me is if Atlanta Falcons said, hey, man, we want to take this Georgia local boy who played over at Buford, play a little bit for Alabama, now he's over here as a Georgia Bulldog, we want to take him, you saying, no, I want to go to Miami?
I wouldn't turn that one down, honestly. I wouldn't turn it down to go into Atlanta. That'd be pretty cool to be in the city. Yeah. So, but no, Miami would definitely be my number one. Now,
was that your team growing up? Too or no?
It wasn't. I mean, I watched the Hard Knocks on the Miami Dolphins. I think it was last year, and I love their coach. I mean, he's a cool guy. They got a bunch of great players. Good location, and
nothing wrong with Miami, man.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
so, be cool. It's hot. It's not cold. I don't want to go anywhere cold, but really don't have a choice at the end of the day.
Right. Now that you say that, you'll get the Buffalo reach out and then
Green Bay or something.
Draft you.
Yeah,
that's what happens. Stuff. So let's talk about the different coaches. Obviously, Kirby Smart different than Saban, but if you had to choose, you had to make a decision. Who's the better coach?
Gosh, I don't even think it's a matter of that. I think Saban will always be the greatest of all time, just from his track record. I think Kirby took a lot of his ideologies and things of that nature and brought him over to Georgia. And if there's a coach that's on pace, it's Kirby. 100%. So, if he can keep doing what he's doing, I don't see why they wouldn't be talked about together when it's all said and done. Yeah. But Saban definitely left his legacy, not just on football, but the sports world. He's one of the best coaches ever in any sport. It's hard to top that. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Mm-hmm. Now, are you doing any camps and stuff? I know you had some, some of your friends also ran some camps that you worked with.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that now, it's hard. I see a lot of athletes always doing camps in the off time, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard because you don't want to say no.
Right.
But your time is tough, man.
It is.
So
it is. With the camps, I haven't done any myself yet. But I think as the NIL comes into play, a lot of dudes are funding and doing their own camps, which is really cool to give back to the kids. One of my high school teammates, Isaiah, and Alabama teammate, Isaiah Bond, just did his back at the high school. And I went over there and helped out. It's really cool to see everyone come back and, give back to the community. So.
Right. Nice. What do you, what do you say to these kids today? They're out there, junior high school kids that, want to go to the next level. They want to play. What are some things that you would tell them if there are 3 things that you must do in order to get to the next level? What should they be focused on right now?
Time management, like we talked about, is huge. Just doing the right things at the right time, managing school and ball. And you got to work harder than you did in high school. I don't care what it is. Find one thing each day and get better at it. That was hard for me. I was thinking of all these different things instead of just focusing on one thing. And that's what I'm doing now, which is good. And listening to your coaches, listen to the guys that have been there, listen to the older players, especially once you get to college. They know how it goes, and it's not the same as high school. They don't care what you're doing. If you slack off, they're going to cut you. They're not going to play you, and you're going to get passed by. Yeah. And it's tough. It's a lot tougher, but you got to do those 3 things.
What's it like in a locker room, man? You get all these egos together, guys, and the testosterone's rolling, and everybody thinks they're the one. What's that like, man? How's that look?
I think the locker room's where you experience your best moments. I feel like whether you got to take out the boxing gloves and settle something that happened out on the field, or
has that happened?
It has.
Yeah, pull out the boxing gloves, round up.
It's pretty common. I've seen videos from other schools too. Just players just fight it out with the gloves.
One way.
Yeah,
all right.
That's it. 5 seconds, no phones, or 30 seconds, no phones. And jamming music and just growing closer with your teammates. I think it's a great place to be. So
yeah,
it's where you really form the team.
Did you throw the gloves on either place?
I have not.
No,
No, I have not. If I have to, I will. But I'm trying to stay out of that for now.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty wild, especially if somebody actually did get hurt in 30 seconds.
Oh,
with the gloves and everything.
Or big lineman, 6'5".
It's throw them haymakers, boy.
Hard. Yeah. That'd be tough.
So, what do you like to do in your off time, man? Obviously, family I know is a big thing, but what do you actually enjoy?
I really enjoy fishing.
Yeah.
I love fishing. Family's big on it. Cape Cod and New Jersey and stuff like that. The stripers, growing up. And then I have a lake in my neighborhood, which I grew up fishing on for bass and stuff like that. And other than that, I haven't really had time to do anything else. I worked out with my dad. He's a personal trainer, so I've always done that, finding ways to get better with him. But yeah, probably fishing.
That's awesome. That's got to be cool, man, to have your dad there beside you and watch the growth together. Because I know, he's obviously, as a dad, we're always living through our kids. We want our kids, we want the best for our kids, and we want to help them do the things that we couldn't do, or we failed at some things that we learned along the way to try to help you out. And it's nice that you actually listen to your dad like that, because a lot of kids don't, man. Dad's the last person they want to listen to.
Yeah, he's the best. He's been there definitely every step of the way. And now he's actually coaching my little brother and starting all over again, which I never would have thought would happen. But yeah, no, he's been there every step of the way, always been one of my coaches, and always been in my corner, and it's definitely helped. He has such a great background of coming from a walk-on, earning a scholarship, and he knows what it takes. And I just knew if I listened to him, and I'm not saying I didn't talk back here and there sometimes, because growing up, that's what happens. But yeah, he's definitely installed everything that I do in me. So.
That's great. What about these video games that are out here now? Are you in any of these video games, man? They got talk about that. What is that like, man? When you actually see yourself as a player on the video game?
I'll tell you, I've been waiting on NCAA to come out for 14 years now. And it's pretty cool. Now I'm in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of my buddies and teammates are in the game. It's surreal.
Now, you get paid for that? Do they?
You do. You
Yeah.
get paid, I think, $600, and then we got a free copy.
Okay.
With a code, but I couldn't wait for the code to come in when the game came out, so I just went ahead and bought it. I couldn't wait. Yeah, none of us could. I mean, we were all just buying the game, giving our codes away. Yeah.
Now, how did they make it? Did you have to go to a studio? They set you up? Like, how did they actually create your image?
You literally just sign a document, and they did all the other research on their own, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have to show up and do dances or get scanned or anything. They did it all.
Really? How's number 22 on the field, man? How's he? Is he badass or what?
He is. Yeah, he is.
Did they do you justice?
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends have sent me some videos of me getting picks and stuff like that, which is hilarious.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's cool to see, man. I see more and more kids that are being recognized from those types of things, and like you said, one deal could lead to another deal.
Right.
What's the biggest company out there that you've seen do something for any of your players or friends?
Well, our quarterback has a deal with Lamborghini, so he has a Urus right now, which is definitely one of the bigger ones. I've seen some Delta NIL deals for free flights for families to come and go to the games. I mean, you can really do deals with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about anything, you
Make it
probably
up,
do an
man.
NIL deal with it. Yeah.
Right. French fries. You need French fries? We'll
Literally.
do-
I mean,
Yeah.
fried chicken, anything. Literally anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know you're not going to go hungry at least.
Exactly.
Hey, what is that like? What's diet like, man? Because obviously, you got to keep your wheels up, man. You got to, recovery we talked about, but what's diet like and everything for you? You've gotten bigger, man. You're definitely sizing up. So, is that hard putting on muscle because does it slow you down or no?
It's pretty tough. It was always hard for me to gain weight, and then I recently started gaining weight, and I'm actually cutting down a little bit now because my goal weight was a little bit under 200, and I was a little bit over 200, so I cut down a little bit. But they have it's called Bones in our facility, and the food there is amazing. I mean, you can cook your own food or have the chefs cook it, and then they have the buffet. And it's really good food.
Yeah.
It's not all healthy, but the nutritionists kind of help you pick what you need to eat. So,
Gotcha.
Yep.
What about these kids in high school today? What would you tell them as far as eating? Because you know what, America's messed up. Obviously, everybody's going through fast food. Everybody's eating Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Everybody's they're grabbing the burgers and what's cheap and what's quick and what would you tell them, man?
Does
it make a difference?
It does. It makes a huge difference. Just the way you feel and the way your body moves, and as well as putting on good lean muscle instead of putting on fat. But yeah, I would stick to salads, not fried foods. Try to do grilled foods, stuff like that. Protein shakes. Supplements are huge too to get the vitamins you need. I think that's essential when you're an athlete. You got to take some type of supplements. But yeah, it's very important for sure.
Definitely. Cool. So Alabama, you get to go there as a Georgia Bulldog. I know you're excited about it, but ultimately in your gut, what really do you first of all, do you think you're going to win as a Georgia Bulldog?
100%.
So Alabama, you're done with.
Done.
What happens if you're not playing them? Do you still root for them?
Oh yeah. I'll root for them. A lot of my buddies, lifelong friends, are on that team, so I always root for them. But not when we're playing them.
So let me ask you. So I got this jersey here. 21. What do we do with this, man? What do we do? We
one away for a little while.
thrash on Alabama. No good no more. We're Georgia Bulldog right here.
Put it in the drawer.
Georgia Bulldog right here.
That's
now.
what we need.
That's
there
what we
go.
need right there.
I'll get you a Georgia jersey.
All right,
instead.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So this is part of the segment. Jake, what we do is, my mama, obviously big Italian family. I know you come from Italian background as well, but, everybody's always asking what's in Peachy's kitchen because she's always cooking, always doing stuff. And this is a battle. I've had a battle my whole life because of the foods, because everything she cooks is so damn good, and everything. But you know what? Every week we're trying to do something different. We're kind of showing what Mama Peachy's making in the kitchen. So we got to find out what your thoughts are and what you think of her cannolis. All right, her cannolis and her Italian cookies.
I'm ready.
All right, you ready for that? See, I can do this with you because you don't have to cut weight, man. You're gonna run this stuff off. So I'm not even worried about that.
Oh yeah,
that type
I'll
of
take
thing.
the whole tray. Sweet. Appreciate it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's moist.
There you go.
Oh, that's great.
There you go. Peachy in the kitchen.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. She still wins, baby. She still wins.
We got some more. And what are these right here?
Those are Italian homemade cookies. She makes the dough herself with her hands, rolls it, puts chocolate fudge in there, makes the fudge, melts down the chocolate and chocolate chips and everything, and puts it in there, and goes with it.
That might be the best cookie I've ever had.
Hey, there you go, the best one.
Man, yeah, that's great. Those are great.
So, Jake, right before we finish up, I just want you to tell the viewers one thing. If you could tell them anything, okay, that helped you or that you wish you could have done differently, what would you tell them right now?
Just to follow your dreams and don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do something. You don't have to be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, the most athletic. If you outwork everybody and don't let anyone outwork you, you'll make it somewhere in life. There's thousands of other people trying to get to where you're trying to get to. So how are you going to separate yourself, and there's a bunch of ways to do that. Just put your mind to something and, you'll get somewhere. So.
Well, there you have it, folks. You heard it right there. I couldn't say it any better, you know. And as I always say, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, then stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. This is your boy Wham Bam. Till next Wednesday, I'm out.